came, what did he say exactly to you?
I didn't meet him that day because I was performing on stage for that Beast song, so I didn't get to see him. And I don't know, I really don't know, but it would have been a great honor to meet him. Bodybuilding took about 3 years, makeup took about 3 hours. So every day, it started with 5 hours, we brought it down to 3 hours. Removing it was about 1.5 hours. So it depended on that. The Beast character took about 5 hours to put on because it's the whole body. But that was part of the excitement, I think, getting to do it, getting to do something which Mr. Shankar had envisioned. And now when you see the trailer, I mean, a lot of people have seen it, have been calling me and telling me like, oh God, it's looking so different, and it's looking, I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen and stuff like that. So that's the kind of thing the feeling I got when he narrated the script to me too. I knew that I sensed something like huge happening in my artistic life. I felt that this is going to be a step forward for me as far as performance goes, or as far as whatever goes towards building an actor. And I have to thank the whole crew for being with me for this, whether it's PC sir or Bosco or Muthuraj sir or Shankar sir. Like, they were there with me throughout, and all of us felt that same urge for 3 years, you know, that we're doing something very spectacular. And now, when the re-recording is going on, like I was just telling him, when I saw the trailer, I thought, like, I mean, that's one of the best background scores you can have for a trailer. Like, it's not just, I mean, every shot had something very significant as far as the music was talking. And I feel that way, all of us have, as a team, really worked hard for the last 2.5 years, 3 years. I grew up doing plays at school on stage. I was more on stage than in the classroom. So I've always wanted to do something which is different. Even when I was acting, they used to offer me Julius Caesar, and I'd say, let me do Cassius or Brutus, because it's a different role, it's grey. And so it's been like that. So in movies also, I always feel that I want to do something out of the box, or something to do which is not me, as far as possible from me. And I think that way, this film, I'm blessed thrice, because I got to do 3 or rather 4 very different roles, who look different, who are built different, who speak different, who laugh different. And I mean, as you see the songs, you know, it's almost like it's 3 or 4 different guys doing it. So that, I think, is like a blessing to have gotten to do something like this on screen.
Sir, it's my pleasure to ask you a question, because I really, really admire your work, your films. So my question to you is that every film of yours is different from your previous film, be it Nayak, Aparichit, Robot. So my question is, sir, whenever you write a script, what comes into your mind? What are the thoughts or implications you put to write such a beautiful script?
See, after every movie, you know, like I'll be thinking what should be my next one. So generally I'll have scratches, you know, like different scratches, like which scratch is growing bigger and bigger, and which hits me, you know, hard to know, like, do it now. So I will select that scratch, and you know, I'll develop, and I'll do that.
Vikram sir, yeah. So this is your second outing with Shankar sir after Aniyan. So I like to ask you, for this role, how did you prepare yourself? We heard that you gained weight, you gain, and you lose also some weight of about 25 kg, and you turned bald. So please tell us about the preparations.
All 3 roles demanded something different. So initially, for the bodybuilder role was very difficult, because I needed to compete with people who are originally bodybuilders. Like, we had a Mr. India 7 times, who was Asian number 3, and then Mr. Karnataka, Mr. Tamil Nadu. So trying to cope up with them and try to be on the same stage with them was quite a task. So that took some time. Then doing the other character, I had to look like a model. So I had my own. I had a friend of mine who was called Bharat, who trained me, and Alkas and all of them. So we had a crew. I had a physiotherapist who used to be with me. So after that, I had to lose weight. So I used to have these small diets, about 10 meals a day and 3 times exercise, and you know, and I lost about 25. And the hard part was meeting friends and meeting relatives, who used to tell me this is not right. And that was the most difficult part, more than the diet, because they used to take my life out. And in the gym, people who were very shy used to come up to me and abuse me. So I was like very cranky at that stage. That was the hard part of the dieting. But otherwise, I think it was a lot of hard work. But because there was a specific goal, it was very easy to stick to it.
Rahman sir, Urvi here, to your right. Yeah. Rahman sir, like you said that the script was told to you 15 years back, the scratch version of it. How long did you take to compose these songs for the film?
Actually, the first 3 songs happened in probably a week. And the introduction, heroine introduction, took a lot of time. I had 3 different ideas and finally stuck to the EDM version. And the BG again took around a month. And yeah.
Shankar sir.
Shankar sir, I have a question for you as well. Recently, Ram Gopal Verma got onto Twitter and he said that he saw your trailer and he's impressed with it, and he said that it is the biggest thing, bigger than what Rajnikant sir and Jayalalitha is there in Tamil Nadu. What are your reactions to it?
Yeah, I am happy that he liked the trailer, but I don't have any opinion about what he said.
Shankar sir.
Hi, there's
Shankar
a question
sir.
for you here. So the most interesting, I think, looks is probably the one that's right in the poster behind you. This grotesque character that you had to create. We've seen a movie of, everybody's seen 300, and there was this hunchback there. Is it any, have you taken inspiration from that for this character, or are there many inspirations as such? How did you come up with it?
There is no inspiration for this film. You would have seen Hunchback in some other film, and there is Hunchback in this film, that's all.
That's the
And
only-
nothing connected to 300 and all.
Okay, that's a question for Vikram. You just said this is probably one of your most interesting characters you've done, and you've done a lot of interesting roles. One of your probably favorite, greyest characters in Bollywood, and that you thought you could convincingly play, or you would like to play someday, the greyest character from any Bollywood film.
From any Bollywood film?
Yep. That you'd like to play someday, or you want to.
I would like to play Gabbar Singh's role in Sholay, maybe. I think that's a kick-ass role. I'd really love to do that.
Great.
Shankar sir. Shankar sir here. Sir, you are actually the one who has used VFX immensely in your films. So this time you have worked with Veta.
Yeah, Veta Workshop is a makeup, it's a company which do mainly makeup.
Okay, sir. Sir, on VFX front, do you think what all areas are there are Indian VFX companies need to, work more? I mean, to upgrade their standards to come to their standards.
Yeah, they are every day they are improving themselves, because most of this films VFX was done by our Indian companies only. Some of the very complicated VFX means which cannot be done here only, done in Australia, and the makeup is from New Zealand, and mostly I'm able to see how people are doing well, like film after film they are delivering the best output.
Rahman sir, here. Straight, sir. Straight, slightly towards your left, sir. Here. Yeah. Rahman sir, would you say 2014 has been a good year for you musically?
Why do you ask that?
Sir, because your previous 2 outings, Lekar Hum Deewana Dil and Linga, has not exactly hit the bullseye. So,
I have done almost 12 movies in 2014. It was a workout for me, I think, and for my team. And I think it's one of my happiest year. Whether it's Hollywood, 3 movies there, and Tamil film, working with Shankar, Rajnikant, and then, of course, some of the good movies have shifted to the next year thing, like Pele is shifted next year, the release, and I has shifted next year. So we have some more stuff. No, I'm not directing any movie. I'm scripting a movie and I'll be co-producing. I'll tell when it's all ready. Thank you for your curiosity.
Shankar sir, I have a question for you. There are news that Amir has been roped in for the sequel of... Robo.
okay.
So can you tell us about it?
Right now, I'm waiting for this movie to get released.
Bosco, my question is for you here. Was it difficult choreographing for Shankar sir, who's dressed as a beast? Vikram, I'm so sorry. Vikram sir, who's dressed as a beast. Was it difficult or how was your experience?
I don't think so. It was difficult. In fact, it inspired me. The minute I saw the costume, it inspired me to give Vikram some more tough moves, and he very happily executed all of them. So this is just a trailer. I think you should wait for the song to see the magic that has been done by the team.
Shankar sir? Sir, here again. Sir, you made a Bollywood film Nayak with Anil Kapoor. So are you planning to make another film in Hindi for Bollywood? And if yes, then which actor would you like to cast in?
I'm open, like I'll be doing Tamil or Hindi, language doesn't matter. Like even this film, I see this film as an Indian film, not a Hindi dubbed or Tamil film or Telugu or Hindi or Malayalam. I'm seeing this as an Indian film. Thank you. Because the talent, the best talents from our country, from from all the states, have been put their best effort in this movie. And also the international talents also, being the part of this movie, like Veta Workshop and Rising Sun Pictures from Australia, who did Harry Potter and all. And Mary Watt, who did the costume designing for Men in Black, she worked for this film. And it's like a lot of interesting elements and a lot of efforts, a lot of money also have been put into this movie. And I hope the whole country will enjoy this movie.
One last question, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
you mentioned that I'm Rajesh Kumar Singh. Mr. Shankar, you mentioned that you look at this film as an Indian film, and a lot of international talent also has been part of it. Mr. Rahman himself is so well known all over the world. Now, I mean, we are seeing a lot of films of similar genre doing very well as mainstream Hollywood cinema, which is doing very well worldwide. I mean, Hollywood is not earning its money only in North America. It also is making a lot of money outside America. Can you think of a situation where an Indian film like this would be doing the kind of business Hollywood films have been doing worldwide?
See, mainly we are doing a film for our audience, and we are trying to make it as best as possible. And in a way, it may be liked by the all over the world audience also, because Robot I did for our Indian audience only, but worldwide, a lot of people liked it. So I believe this film also can go international, like with our stuff.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Last.
Sorry.
How much? So one sec, she's saying something. Yeah.
Kochadian, which is going for Oscar for your work.
It got shortlisted. 3 of my movies got shortlisted. One was $1 Million Arm and 100-Foot Journey, and then Kochadian. It needs to go another big step for me to get excited, which is nomination. So we'll wait till then, if it ever gets there.
Well, thank you so much for your time and being so patient, ladies and gentlemen. Releasing this January, Pongal.
Every goal is 1 lakh for the charities.
Done.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Go for it. Here we go. Big cheer, everyone. Come on. Give them support.